Oh my god, I haven't spent even an hour in the game and it already knows my favorite places in the city. I can't fight it, I have to come back later. This place brings back some memories like waking up with an empty wallet and embarrassing videos before I graduated. Anyway, after reading about optimization for the current gen consoles, I started looking for some more information, gameplays and screenshots, and I gotta say I was impressed by the graphics. Some of them were taken in quality mode, which reduces the frames to 30 but gives you better graphics if you're willing to make that sacrifice, but I personally love a smooth running game and I chose the performance mode with 60 FPS. When the game originally came out, I read about what a disaster it was and how many expectations and promises it failed. I wouldn't blame a company really, because it can happen to anyone. Look at Battlefield for example. As far as I remember, it had deal-breaking glitches, just like some people are stuck in Dying Light 2 and they can't continue their campaign and they have to start all over again, hoping they won't encounter it again. I can't forgive something like that, so if I bought Cyberpunk back then, I would have been mad. Even after seeing all these positive tweets about it, I was still scared to purchase the game as it's known for its glitches. Then I started seeing tweets about 5 hours free trial and there was no way I'm gonna miss that. I downloaded the game overnight and the next morning with a cup of coffee I felt the desire to try it out. Boy oh boy, was I pleasantly surprised. Honestly, the game got me hooked up even on the character customization. If you're wondering why I created this baddie as my character, let me explain. First of all, blondes are one of my weaknesses, and second, why would I create a male when I'm seeing the best version of it every day in the mirror? It makes sense now, doesn't it? This is one of the very few games I've watched all of the cutscenes without skipping them or getting bored, and I can count these games on my right hand only. I admit, I'm not a huge fan of single player story games like I used to be when I was younger. I'm more of a multiplayer guy nowadays, but this one is definitely an exception. I started the game without having any kind of positive or negative expectations. I just wanted to see what's the game about and I wasn't interested in trying to complete 1/3 of the story in these 5 hours, just because I got the chance to play it for free. I took it slow, admiring how stunning the surroundings are around me. It's like GTA in first person, but in the future and in a better way definitely. My first impression starting in the bar was how vibrant the colors were and how realistic everything looks, especially their faces like the thug we talked to in the very beginning. I was fascinated by the details in every single thing I saw, whether it's a building or a car or a pedestrian, anything. By the way, don't do drugs people, this is how bad it looks and it only gets worse, trust me, but I can't say I'm not impressed how realistic it looks. And that backpack is lit, although it looks a little creepy like it's possessed by a demon. Even the pedestrian crossing has a lighting on it like a traffic light and it's functional. There's even a chat system where you can choose which message you'd like to send. I didn't expect the driving mechanics to be that smooth. I was expecting more of a choppy and sharp steering. And I definitely didn't expect to ride a badass bike like this one. I don't even wanna know how many hours they spent to create it, especially the engine part, that's just crazy. Victor's place looks dope and the whole idea with the customization and upgrades is perfect and well made. And the animations when he's upgrading your eye and your hand, how that machine is doing whatever it is cool as fuck. In fact, every animation about anything is so detailed and they took the time to make animations for the useless questions you can ask till you get to the main one, which will let you continue. I only wish there was an option to have a random conversation with a complete stranger on the street. After about 2 hours in, I started realizing why they needed so many years to develop it and why it turned out so glitchy in the first place. Just the amount of things you see there is mind-blowing. Now, I can't say it's realistic because it's in the future and there are too many robotic stuff included. But if I have to think about which games come close in terms of crazy amount of details in everything, the only game that comes to my mind right now without thinking too much about it is Red Dead Redemption 2. I really didn't expect Cyberpunk to be one of the most interesting games I've played lately. I don't know, this may sound weird to some people who find it boring or something, but different people have different minds and that's just how it is. For example, I don't understand the hype around that Sifu game. I wanted to see what's the gameplay like, although I can't play it cause I don't have a PlayStation, and I probably spent like 20 seconds watching a gameplay before I stopped the video. No matter how good story it has, I just can't watch or play a game that looks like it was released in 2005. I just can't, but it doesn't mean it's not a great game for these people who are into that type of games. The random world events like assault or robberies around the city definitely add to the realism about being a street thug and how things work. I encountered only 2 glitches in 5 hours, which were nothing really. The first one is this woman leaning through the wall. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Can you act normal for like 5 minutes? And the second one was pretty similar where Jackie walked through my car. They are not even worth mentioning, but I'm just sharing my experience in case you were wondering if it's still full of glitches. I really like the character talent tree or talent system, which has lots of options regarding your character health, stamina, shooting and fighting skills, hacking and more. There are also plenty of nice distractions where you can lose your focus for a second and forget about the mission objective, but the game won't rush you usually, so you take your time, buddy. I almost forgot. Who came up with the complicated Braindance edit system idea? Rewind, fast forward, focus on noise only, scan objects and whatnot. Holy cow, that was a lot of info, and I thought when I need to use it, I'll fuck it up, but it didn't happen cause the game takes it slow. I loved the Militech scene, how realistic it was and how they plugged whatever it was into her, which worked as a lie detector. I swear some of these scenes are better than the movies nowadays. I don't know if it's about mindset or you just gotta be old enough to realize how much thought they put into the game, and I really respect that. It really sucks you into the story and you feel like you're the character. Damn, I nearly forgot about Delamain. This instantly reminded me of the TV show called Knight Rider. The black Pontiac Trans Am called Kid, which is armored and has the ability to drive itself and talk to the passengers. That was really an awesome addition to the story. They even made the subtitles animation when they're speaking in foreign language interesting by making it gibberish for like a second and then translating. It was a real tragedy when Jackie passed away in the car, as I thought we will become more than friends, and when I got out of the car I realized how armed to the teeth I was, overloaded and barely walking. I had an absolutely amazing experience playing the game and I'm really considering buying it. I'm just hoping there won't be a deal-breaking bugs later in the story. I would purchase it in a heartbeat if there was a multiplayer, but unfortunately there's no such thing. I can only imagine if I met few idiots like me, how goofy it can get, especially with a voice system. GTA roleplay is gonna die within a month, believe me. If you watch the whole video, there's a 99% chance you have a huge dick and you should be proud of yourself. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you soon.